Google volunteer, rid a pest. No bug will survive. Call 698-7205.
Welcome, everybody, to the Volunteer Rid a Pest podcast. Here again, my name is Mike Stewart, and with our pest expert of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and surrounding areas, Erik Gardner, here is to talk about something that really aggravates me in the summertime, and that is mosquitoes. You know, I don't know how many times I've gone out on the back deck in the backyard. We're grilling out. We want to eat outside, and you sit there, and all of a sudden you feel this little pinch on your arm, and you go, oh my gosh, it's a mosquito. You smack that guy, and you're just going, you know what? It just ruined the evening. These pesky mosquitoes seems like they're just eating me alive. And so what I want to know today, as a disliking member of society of the mosquito, what are things that I need to know to reduce the amount of mosquitoes out? You know, if there's anything I can do. More importantly, what has happened in the world of pest control to control these outside insects in your backyards? And, you know, what does Volunteer Rid a Pest do for the customers of Chattanooga that makes a difference in pest control with mosquitoes? So tell me all about the mosquito, Erik.
Okay, well, the mosquito is a very interesting little insect. It goes through a complete metamorphosis. So when it is, you know, the egg is laid, it hatches out as a larva, which just swims around on top of the water. And usually they want stagnant water. They don't like moving water. So streams and creeks, moving water, they don't like as much. They like stagnant water just sitting there. And then they go into a pupa, which floats on top of the water. They emerge as the adult mosquito. And then they fly off and they begin to feed. Now, this process can take as few as 6 or 7 days from egg into adult when it's in temperatures above 80 degrees, which is what we have right now. So you can go from just a few mosquitoes to a few hundred to a few thousand mosquitoes in a very short period of time with that kind of life cycle. So what do we do about that? Well, there's a number of things. Number one, we can treat the foliage where they like to hang out. Mosquitoes like to avoid sunlight. So when during the daylight hours, they get on the inner branches, the inner leaves of the foliage, the shrubs and bushes. So we have a treatment that we can apply. We use a backpack mist applicator. Is about 120 miles an hour. So it'll blow through the shrubbery. It'll coat those inner branches, those inner leaves, where they like to hang out. Some companies just use a spray where they spray on the outer leaves, and it just sheds the treatment. It goes on the outer leaves. It never makes it to the inner leaves where it needs to be. So their treatment's not as effective. Another thing we do, we use a larvicide that we put in any areas where there is stagnant water, or it may be stagnant water. So if, say, during a rain, you have a low-lying area that fills up with water, many times they'll lay their eggs there, and they'll just lay there dormant until it fills up with water. Well, when we go ahead and put these little briquettes and these little beads in those areas, and they just lay there harmlessly until it fills with water, then the larvicide will kill the mosquito larva. It doesn't harm any other insects, any other animals. It just is a bacteria that attacks the mosquito larva. We also put it in gutters and downspouts, different areas where they might, you know, if the downspout's clogged, the gutters might have a half inch of water running the length of them. Well, that's where the mosquitoes are breeding, and most homeowners never think to look there. So we go from the larva all the way up to the adult, and we take care of all the different life cycles of the mosquito.
So don't want to have stagnant water in our backyard. In other words, I heard years ago bird baths can be a breeding ground. And, you know, anywhere where water can be stagnant, we don't want to have that. Are there any things that you recommend that you put on your body? My wife used to say Skin So Soft would be a little bit of a repellent. Have you ever heard of any of those type of things? And what do you recommend?
Yeah, there's a lot of different repellents you can use, but here's the thing, you know, a lot of these things you can have allergic reaction to them. To me, it's better to attack it at the source of the problem, which is the mosquitoes. If we can treat your lawn and eliminate the mosquitoes, you should be able to go outside and not have to use any kind of repellent, because the mosquitoes are just not there. And we've learned that mosquitoes are short distance flyers. They can travel up to 3/4 of a mile to feed, but they don't do it all in one journey. They stop every 10 to 15 to 20 feet to rest. So if they're coming over from the neighbor's yard, they're going to have to stop multiple times on your treated foliage before they ever make it to you. So we can actually give you 100% control for mosquitoes. Even a yard that's got a really bad problem, we can eliminate them completely. And we're so sure we can. We have a 100% money back guarantee, which nobody else in the mosquito control industry has. That's how sure we are our treatment is going to work.
Wow. So when my neighbor's mosquito gets on my foliage, it is the end of that mosquito. Is that what you're saying?
That's what we have found. You know, when we first started this, I was hoping for 80 to 90% control, but we've actually had 100% control where our customers just don't see any. So we can eliminate them completely. And if you do have a problem, we'll come back for free and treat again. If you're still not happy, we'll give you money back.
Well, folks, you heard it there. If you want to be able to enjoy your backyard during the worm seasons of summer and fall and early spring and during the mosquito season, you call Erik Gardner at Volunteer Rida Pest. All you got to do is Google Volunteer Rida Pest, and Erik will get back with you. I know he's got so many positive reviews, so many people happy with their services, and why tolerate mosquitoes when you don't have to? Great information, Erik. Thank you for this. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your friends. Every month we come up with helpful tips to have a pest-free home in Chattanooga, and that's what we do at Volunteer Rida Pest Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Hey, this is Erik Gardner with Volunteer Rida Pest right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We've been serving the greater Chattanooga area since 1970, and in those 49 years of doing business, we have developed the most effective treatment strategies in the industry. We're so confident in what we do, we offer a 5-year, 100% money-back guarantee on all termite treatments. That's right, for 5 full years, if you find a termite in your home, we'll come back and retreat the entire home for free, refund 100% of your money, and pay you an additional $250 for your time and trouble. Nobody else in Chattanooga does that, so if you want a termite-free home, call us today at 698-7205. That's Volunteer Rida Pest, the pest authority in Chattanooga. Call 698-7205 or Google Volunteer Rida Pest.
Google Volunteer Rida Pest. No bug will survive. Call 698-7205.